Silence. All stand and remain standing until the conclusion of the reading of the proclamation. Ladies and gentlemen, the proclamation. All persons having any business before this honorable court now draw nigh. Give your attendance, and you shall be heard.
Admission of lawyers. Sheikh Talib Al-Aboudi.
May it please the court, I move that Sheikh Talib Al-Aboudi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Sheikh Talib Al-Aboudi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lisa Jessica Allen.
May it please the court, I move that Lisa Jessica Allen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Lisa Jessica Allen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Fadi Talib Al-Aboudi.
May it please the court, I move that Fadi Talib Al-Aboudi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
That Fadi Talib Al-Aboudi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Cheryl Yvonne Asa Pacheco.
May it please the court, I move that Cheryl Yvonne Arce Pacheco be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Cheryl Yvonne Arce Pacheco be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Fatima Arafin.
May it please the court, I move that Fatima Arafin be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Fatima Arafin be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Nancy Angelina Bacor.
May it please the court, I move that Nancy Angelia Bakur be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Nancy Angelina Bakur be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Janvi Bandari.
May it please the court, I move that Janvi Bandara be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Janvi Bandari be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kyle Henry Bowes.
May it please the court, I move that Kyle Henry Bowles be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kyle Henry Bowles be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rebecca Jennifer Cohen Gibson.
May it please the court, I move that Rebecca Jennifer Cohen Gibson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rebecca Jennifer Cohen Gibson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jules Cohen.
May it please the court, I move that Jules Cohen be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jules Cohen be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Katerina Dubčević.
May it please the court, I move that Katerina Dubčević be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Katerina Dubčević be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jack Robert Davies.
May it please the court, I move that Jack Robert Davies be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jack Robert Davies be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Judith Shalomi Tevaraj.
May it please the court, I move that Judith Shalami Leverej be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Judith Shalomi Devaraj be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jessica Jane Enright.
May it please the court, I move that Jessica Jane Enright be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jessica Jane Enright be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lauren Louise Fairchild.
May it please the court, I move that Lauren Louise Fairchild be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lauren Louise Fairchild be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hima Fatima.
May it please the court, I move that Hima Fatima be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hima Fatima be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Hong Yu Andrea Fogg.
May it please the court, I move that Hong Yu Andrea Fock be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Hong Yu Andrea Fock be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Oliver Stuart Hensman Gaynor.
May it please the court, I move that Oliver Stewart Hensman Gaynor be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Oliver Stewart Hensman Gaynor be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sally Solomon Garley.
May it please the court, I move that Sally Solomon Garley be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sally Solomon Garley be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Lucinda Jane Green.
May it please the court, I move that my daughter, Lucinda Jane Green, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Lucinda Jane Green be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mary Helmy.
May it please the court, I move that Mary Helmy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Mary Helmy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jaden Huang.
May it please the court, I move that Jaden Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jaden Huang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Maisha Tasnim Karim.
May it please the court, I move that Maisha Tasnim Karim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Maisha Tasnim Karim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ashley Harry Kim.
May it please the court, I move that Ashley Harry Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ashley Harry Kim be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Madeline Pascalina Ludig.
May it please the court, I move that Madeline Pasqualina Laudark be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Madeline Pascalina Laudyke be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Wafiq Muhammad Mrida.
May it please the court, I move that Wafiq Muhammad Maridha be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Wafiq Muhammad Maridha be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Elias Naeem.
May it please the court, I move that my brother Elias Naeem be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elias Naeem be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Tatiana Teresia Newman Murphy.
May it please the court, I move that Tatiana Teresia Newman Murphy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Tatiana Teresia Newman Murphy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Kerry No.
May it please the court, I move that Kerry No be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Kerry No be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Michael Junior Nyund.
May it please the court, I move that Michael Junior Nyunt be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Michael Junior Nyunt be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Seren Ozdemir.
May it please the court, I move that Seren Ozdemir be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Seren Osmdir be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sarah Leanne Pardy.
May it please the court, I move that Sarah Leanne Pardy be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sarah Leanne Pardy be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Andrew James Peck.
May it please the court, I move that Andrew James Peck be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Andrew James Peck be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Patrick Michael Phelan.
May it please the court, I move that Patrick Michael Phelan be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Patrick Michael Phelan be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Megan Danielle Spicer Phil.
May it please the court, I move that Megan Danielle Spicer Philp be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Megan Danielle Spicer Philp be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Benjamin Christopher Ralph.
May it please the court, I move that Benjamin Christopher Ralph be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Let Benjamin Christopher Ralph be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Julia Teresia Ryden.
May it please the court, I move that my partner, Julia Teresia Ryden, be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Julia Teresia Ryden be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Elizabeth Lucy Sindo.
May it please the court, I move that Elizabeth Lucy Sando be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Elizabeth Lucy Sandow be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Jason Putra Santoso.
May it please the court, I move that Jason Putra Santosa be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Jason Putra Santoso be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Ayla Shaw.
May it please the court, I move that Ayla Shaw be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Ayla Shaw be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Joanna Angelica Slomka.
May it please the court, I move that Joanna Angelica Slomka be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Joanna Angelica Slomka be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Rosalind Carolyn Vasiliou.
May it please the court, I move that Rosalind Caroline Vasiliou be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Rosalind Caroline Vasiliou be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chui Wang.
May it please the court, I move that Chui Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chui Wang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Sharon Gay Wilkinson.
May it please the court, I move that Sharon Gay Wilkinson be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Sharon Gay Wilkinson be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Chaitra Yewad.
May it please the court, I move that Chaitra Yewad be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Chaitra Yewad be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Mabel Lee Yang.
May it please the court, I move that Mabel Lee Yang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Let Mabel Lee Yang be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Haida Zawadi.
May it please the court, I move that Haida Zawadi be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Haida Zawadi be admitted as a lawyer of this court.
Camelia Emerald Ziegler.
May it please the court, I move that Camilla Emrade Ziegler be admitted as a lawyer of this honourable court.
Let Camelia Emrade Ziegler be admitted as a lawyer of this court. It will now be necessary for those whose admission has just been moved to, as and when directed by the officer, stand for the purposes of making an swearing an oath or making an affirmation and declaration. So please stand when and as directed.
Could rows 1 and 2 on my right please stand up? Shauk Talib Alaboudi. Lisa Jessica Alam. Fadi Talib Alaboudi. Cheryl Yvonne Asa Pacheco. Fatima Arafin. Nancy Angelina Bakor. Janvi Bandari. Kyle Henry Bowles. Rebecca Jennifer Cohen Gibson. Jules Cohen. Katerina Darchevich. Jack Robert Davies. Judith Shalomi Tevaraj. Jessica Jane Enright. Lauren Louise Fairchild. Hima Fatima. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"?
So help me God.
Thank you. Please sit down. And could rows 3 and 4 on my right please stand? Hongyu Andrea Fock. Oliver Stuart Hensman Gaynor. Sally Solomon Gali. Lucinda Jane Green. Mary Helmy. Jaden Huang. Maesha Tasnim Karim. Ashley Harry Kim. Madeline Pasqualina Lodike. Wafiq Muhammad Muida. Elias Naeem. Tatiana Teresa Newman Murphy. Kerry No. Michael Jr. New. Seren Ozdemir. Sarah Leanne Pardy. Andrew James Peck. Patrick Michael Phelan. Megan Danielle Spicer Philp. Benjamin Christopher Ralph. Julia Teresia Ryden. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state according to the best of your knowledge, skill and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down. Could the two rows to my left please stand? Elizabeth Lucy Sandow, Dayton Putra Santoso, Ayla Shaw, Joanna Angelica Slomka, Rosalind Carolyn Vasiliou, Tui Wang, Sharon Gay Wilkinson, Shatera Yadwa, Mabel Lee Yang, Haida Zawadi, and Camellia Emerald Ziegler. Do you severally swear or declare and affirm that you will truly and honestly conduct yourselves in the practice of a lawyer of the Supreme Court of New South Wales, and that you will faithfully serve as such in the administration of the laws and usages of this state, according to the best of your knowledge, skill, and ability? Would you please say, "So help me God," or "I do"? Thank you. Please sit down.
Well, may I welcome you all to the Banco Court of the Supreme Court of New South Wales. Present with me on the bench today is, to my right, Justice Sweeney, who is a judge of the Common Law Division of the Court, and to my left is Justice Melnitsky, who is a judge of the Equity Division of the Court. Together, we constitute the court that has, in the exercise of its jurisdiction, admitted you to practice today. And we have done so sitting in a court which rests on the land for which the Gadigal of the Eora Nation have cared and been custodians for thousands of years, and the court pays its sincere respects to elders past and present and extends those respects to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people. Well, to all of the newly admitted lawyers, welcome to the legal profession. Today is one for great celebration. We up here on the bench know how hard you've all worked to achieve this important milestone. I'm also pleased to welcome those with you today or watching on the live stream. For many of you, the support of your family and friends will have been invaluable. For many of them, the endurance of your finely polished or developing skills of argument and persuasion may be at an end, or maybe not. But whatever the case, I'm sure they are all immensely proud of you, and I encourage you to take the time to thank them. Depending on how good an advocate you are, you might even convince them to shout you to a long, late lunch or a civilised dinner to celebrate the occasion. In being admitted as a lawyer of this court, you join an honourable and ancient profession with the custom of advocates swearing an oath on admission to practice dating back to the 12th century, and this court first admitted lawyers in 1824. This May, the court to which you have just been admitted will celebrate its 200th anniversary. It is, you might be surprised to learn, one of the oldest continuing courts in the world. That is something of which we, and I hope now you, are immensely proud. In celebrating the court's bicentenary, we also celebrate 200 years of the rule of law in New South Wales, about which I will say something shortly. This ceremony is attended by unique but important formalities, including the fact that your admission has been moved by someone who is already a member of the profession, and that you have each made a formal oath or affirmation in the presence of your family and peers and before senior judges of the court. They and we are all therefore witnesses to the serious promises and undertakings you have made. The law touches every part of our society, and it can and will lead you all in many different directions and career paths. But in whatever direction you head, you must always remember that the oath or affirmation you have just made is a serious one and deserves solemn and ongoing regard. So whether you work in private practice, at the bar, in a community legal centre, a Crown Law Office, the Aboriginal Legal Service for Legal Aid, or a government department or agency, or indeed in an entirely different field, you should always be known for your honesty, your integrity, and your commitment to justice, and you must strive at all times to uphold these cardinal values. Now, you will see from some of the portraits of former Chief Justices that adorn the walls of this court that we up here on the bench are wearing the same robes, in some cases literally, as have been worn by our predecessors. You may be wondering why, after 200 years, we still wear these robes on ceremonial occasions. I can tell you we don't wear them because they are particularly comfortable. They are not. But we do so for an important symbolic reason. They serve to highlight the continuity of the rule of law in New South Wales, although importantly, the judges wearing the robes are now drawn from an increasingly diverse pool. Some 45% of all judicial officers in New South Wales are now female. That is a radical change from the time when I commenced practice, which I like to think was not that long ago. It has been an extremely salutary change. As to continuity of the rule of law, in a world in which there is so much global uncertainty and insecurity, the rule of law is more important than ever. It's not simply an academic construct or a phrase of some mere theoretical import. At its simplest, the rule of law is the opposite of the arbitrary abuse of power and the rule of autocratic dictators and populists. As we survey the globe, there is nothing theoretical about those threats and realities. In a speech delivered in 2018, Lord Hodge of the UK Supreme Court aptly described the rule of law as, and I quote, a bastion against those who would use chaos as a ladder, unquote. Now, notwithstanding the formality and tradition attending this ceremony, the life of the law is dynamic. Not everything in the legal profession remains unchanging. The pandemic prompted a radical shift in the use of technology in our courtrooms, and the advent of artificial intelligence brings with it both challenges but also opportunities with which the legal profession and the courts are and will continue to grapple. While the increased use of technology offers a number of well-known advantages, it is my firm view that the practice of the law has human nature and human interaction at its core. An essential part of being a good lawyer is understanding people, how others react to different situations, perform under pressure, and deal with each other. An individual who is in need of your services as a lawyer will, in many cases, be an individual facing some kind of great personal challenge or crisis affecting his or her liberty, property, personal well-being, or health or financial position. There is therefore a need to deliver legal services not only competently, but always with courtesy, integrity, and sensitivity to the circumstances of the matter. That requires a human being with emotional and not artificial intelligence. The need for human engagement by lawyers with those needing legal assistance is also a powerful reason why there should be strong representation of lawyers from the many different backgrounds which comprise our cosmopolitan community. That very much includes Indigenous lawyers, of whom there are too few. Diverse representation amongst solicitors, advocates, and judges assists in ensuring that all people who become involved in our justice system can, and feel that they can, be properly heard and fairly engaged with by a system and profession reflective of our broader community. The admissions ceremonies in which I have sat, including this ceremony, highlight that there is a far greater diversity of background amongst junior lawyers than when we all commenced practice. That is a very good thing, and leaders of the profession and of the courts are working hard to foster inclusiveness and diversity, because that in turn builds trust in and respect for both the judiciary and the legal profession. Now let me now offer a little bit of professional and personal advice. As a lawyer, you'll often need to make difficult ethical decisions. And you must use the tools you have developed to think critically and not compromise on your fundamental duties to the court and to the administration of justice. At various points in your career, you'll make mistakes, some minor, some more serious. We all make mistakes from time to time. When you do make mistakes, your commitment to honesty, integrity, and the administration of justice means that you must take responsibility, correct what you can, and learn from those errors. One mistake which I always advise young lawyers that they must not make is to give your clients the advice you think that they want to hear. I can tell you now that will almost certainly not be good advice, and they won't thank you in the long run for that advice. As a legal advisor, you must be independent, think critically, and sometimes act courageously in the advice you give. Being a lawyer means that you are an advisor, a problem solver, sometimes a mediator, and sometimes an advocate. As you go about your day-to-day work, remember that you're not merely dealing with the law in a vacuum, but the law as it applies to people's lives. That human engagement extends to your interactions with your colleagues, including those with whom you negotiate or against whom you litigate. Aspects of the law, especially if you're involved in the litigation side of practice, are confrontational. The practice of the law can be stressful and demanding enough without personal animus and antagonism between practitioners adding to the load, as regrettably it sometimes does. So it's essential that you maintain your detachment, balance, and good humour, remembering at all times that you are now members of a profession, which is not the same as, and indeed is very different to, a business. Another thing you should remember is that the best advocates can and do make their point simply and succinctly. Often, less is more. Some of the most experienced lawyers and judges could also use that reminder from time to time, and I don't wholly exclude myself from that observation. For a non-lawyer, law is often incomprehensible or very difficult to understand. One of your roles as a lawyer will be to make the law accessible to others. So strive to be clear and concise at all times, both in your written advice and your verbal advice. To do so facilitates access to justice, which is terribly important, of course. In the practice of the law, your physical and mental health are both also extremely important, something which we recognise far better these days than several decades ago. There may, and I dare say will be, times when you feel overwhelmed, burnt out, or distressed. Legal practice can be all-consuming and physically and mentally taxing. Now, that's often because well-motivated lawyers want to go the extra mile for their client, want to make sure the advice is absolutely thorough and correct, the brief is properly prepared, the matter has been looked at comprehensively. But that does, and all of that is admirable, but it can result in you becoming physically and mentally taxed. So you must work hard to keep your balance and to keep your eye out to ensure that your colleagues do so as well. If you do get overwhelmed by it all, as frankly we all have from time to time and still do, try to take a step back and recapture some perspective. You should also remember that the law is a highly collegiate profession, and in that context, I'm now going to call on two young representatives, one of the New South Wales Bar and one from the New South Wales Law Society, to offer a few words of welcome. Ms. Bromberger, do you move?
May it please the court. My name is Vale Bromberger, and I have been practicing for 6 months at the bar, predominantly in family law. On behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession. The legal profession is an old profession based on precedent and the rule of law, while also being a profession that grows and develops, adapting to new practices and technology, and importantly to society's values as they change over time. For several decades now, the composition of lawyers and barristers in New South Wales has changed to better reflect the community. The bar today is a welcoming place for people of all genders and backgrounds. It is an honour to be a lawyer, and in my case, a barrister, and I am proud to be a member of the legal profession. I enjoy the intellectual challenge of my job, that it allows me to give expert advice and represent people in court, and contribute to society in a meaningful way. If you are interested in coming to the bar, you can contact the New South Wales Bar Association or have a look at its website. Each year, there is a Career at the Bar open day. In your first year of practice, as a reader, you receive particular assistance from 2 barristers of at least 7 years seniority, who meet with you weekly, review your work, and teach you practical skills. But the support you will receive is not limited to those 2 barristers. The bar is renowned for its collegiality, especially in chambers. There are also opportunities to become involved in the work of the New South Wales Bar Association, which is the professional body that supports barristers and has a range of committees, including a new barristers committee, which organises social and educational functions for barristers in their first 5 years of practice, like me, and a diversity and equality committee, which promotes one of the key strategic goals of the New South Wales Bar Association, to attract the best people to become barristers, regardless of their race, religion, gender, parental status, or sexuality. Whether as a lawyer or barrister, I encourage you to get involved in the Law Society or Bar Association and to use your skills to assist your community. It is a rewarding experience to practice in connection with others in your profession. Once again, on behalf of the New South Wales Bar Association, I welcome you to the legal profession and I congratulate you on your admission today as a lawyer of this Honourable Court. May it please the Court.
Mr. Masri, do you move?
May it please the Court. My name is Bernie Musri, and not so long ago, I was precisely where you are today. And what a tremendous day it is for all of you. You're here, being admitted to the Supreme Court role as the final step at the end of a long and arduous journey. You should all feel immensely proud of everything you've achieved thus far. When I embarked on my career as a solicitor, I had no real idea of what to expect. There were, and I dare say likely remain, many uncertain challenges to overcome. But as I stand here today, after only a couple of years of working as a solicitor, I can tell you that I've already learned a thing or two. And one of the most important things that I've learned is the significance of belonging to a profession. The legal profession is an increasingly large and diverse community. The Law Society of New South Wales is the home of that community, with our 30,000 members flung far and wide across the state. We're bound by our shared duties, our commitment to continuous learning, our desire to connect, and our drive to give back to our communities and to uphold the rule of law, a duty which now also rests with you. As an early career lawyer, belonging to a strong network of peers is crucial. That is why I've been a part of the Law Society's New South Wales Young Lawyers branch for 5 years. Here, amongst opportunities to advocate and join committees, I found friendship, inspiration, guidance, and support when I needed it. By joining the Law Society New South Wales Young Lawyers, you will gain access to professional support, conferences and events, a wide range of publications, professional development opportunities, mentoring, volunteer opportunities, and so much more. It is the role of the Law Society to ensure that you, as newly minted solicitors, can thrive and succeed in your new profession. So again, congratulations to you all. Look us up or speak to your employer. We look forward to welcoming you into the Law Society community. May it please the Court.
Well, can I say this to you all in closing? The law is a wonderful profession, stimulating, it's challenging, satisfying. And it's populated by intelligent, committed and dynamic people such as yourselves. You should be proud to be a lawyer, of your achievements to date and of the profession you have just joined. It is a very important profession that underpins stability and cohesion in our community, and you are now a very important part of that very important profession. So work hard, take pride in your work, look out for your colleagues, contribute to your community, and don't take yourself too seriously. We wish you all the best of luck on the exciting journey that lies ahead and a full and rewarding career. So on behalf of Justice Sweeney, Justice Malnitsky, and indeed all of our colleagues on the Supreme Court of New South Wales, I once again congratulate you on your admission today and welcome you to the legal profession. The Court will now adjourn.
All stand. This Honourable Court is now adjourned.